My name is Gopi. So I am Chief Solutions Officer at Kore. So my team does all the assist solutions, what we call as pre-built solutions like IT Assist, HR Assist, all kinds of automation that happen in those spaces. So like that, we have Retail Assist, Health Assist, Bank Assist. These are the vertical solutions we have that we offer to companies. So retail is obviously a big market. My background came from Zebra Technologies, Motorola in the past, worked with retail industry very aggressively. Obviously because of the front line, wherever there was barcode, Zebra was there, Motorola was there, so I was there. So I did product management there from a software standpoint of view. So I took this role about 18 months ago. So it's a fascinating journey since then. What we have here is a session that Cobus is driving. So if you guys can sign up and register. So Cobus is our internal thought leader that talks about what's happening in the industry, what's the tech look like. So this is the session that we're scheduling. So this is on April 16th at 11 a.m. So if you are interested in knowing anything, please sign up to it. Scan the QR code so you have it on your calendars. And there is a party tonight, so most of you are aware. So please do join so you get to see everyone. So the goal for the next 35-40 minutes, I'll try to wrap up quickly. I know you guys have gone through a lot of material in the last 2 days. I'll try to be, there are some bunch of videos. I'm sure there is a demo part there. Some of you have seen the demos, so I'm going to skip some of those videos as we go, but I'm going to giving you what pain points are we solving, where we're addressing pain points. I'm going to cover those things. So if you look at retail industry in general, obviously I see this in 3 buckets, right? So I don't want to break down into further because retail is very complex, right? So if you subsegment those things from groceries to electronic stores to hardware stores to jewelry stores, there's multiple subsegments. But if you look at a theme perspective, what's happening in industry is e-commerce. Obviously, everybody knows, it's been growing double-digit, triple-digit in many countries. So the way I see is e-commerce. If I look at number of customers that use e-commerce, Shopify, if you look at the big commerce clouds, so the big 5 put together have 150 logos that have 100,000 plus in their revenue, which means that they probably are driving at least $10 to $15 million of revenue. So that's big retail is from an industry perspective. So for us, all shopping is retail. The way we see is anything that you're touching from a consumer shopping perspective is all retail. Whether you're buying something, it's retail. eBay is here, so they actually buy and sell both, right? So B2B commerce, so they're also part of the retail. So then you have the brick and mortar stores. Most of us know we all go to the shopping. So that's what we call brick and mortar stores. Some of the brick and mortar stores, they don't have a digital play. Take an example like 7-Eleven. No one's going to go online to buy something in 7-Eleven because the whole point is convenience store. So you just go walk in, get stuff. So that is a brick and mortar store. Then you have omni-channel, which is all the traditional retailers like Walmarts, Home Depots. They do have online presence. You can buy things online, but you can get service in the store. So it's kind of the omni-channel within the world of retail, right? Omni-channel is a very confusing word because what it means for every function is different. From a retail world perspective, omni-channel means you can buy online, you can go to the store, you can return products there, you can buy products there, all kinds of channel. Whether you're buying online and pick up in the store, or you're going to the curbside to pick up in the store, it could be any of those combinations. So, and you can also be in the store and buy online, and the order is getting delivered. So they're enabling all of these channels to make the shopping experience better. So how are we playing in that space is what we're looking at. So if you look at the platform, you saw the platform, yesterday Prasanna did all the things we talked about. So we are building on top of the platform. So everything that we are doing on pre-built is we're using our own platform to build solutions on top of it that are common use cases like, what does people do in retail? They come to a site to look for a product. They want to know how people are talking about the product. They want to understand the review of the product, what others are talking about it, what does the return policy look like. Based on that, people make purchasing decisions. So that is the primary use case of shopping assistant. The second one is people don't like it, they want to return it, returns use case. People always want to know where is my order. That's a Gizmo use case. That's a very popular one people want to know about. And as the process progresses, customers may have questions about the product. Let's say I bought a refrigerator. How do I deploy it? How do I use it? So they kind of move from pre-sale into kind of post-sale, and they want to know more about the product, how to use the product, and how do I upsell. Retailers today, they sell the product and they just leave it. But the upsell opportunity comes when you stay with the customer across the journey. If you bought a refrigerator, how can I sell them a water filter as a subscription, as an example, right? So these are upsell opportunities that we can do. So that's why retail industry has to be touching the customer across the journey of a product life cycle, not just when you sell the product. So that is where brands like, larger brands like LG, Samsung, where the big ticket items are there, where they're looking for any upsell opportunity to kind of drive that revenue further and create value for the customer. So these are the journeys that they're trying to do. So in order to do that, we actually have a pre-built bot, a chat bot, that's available, that's running on the commerce platform. It's connected to the commerce platforms already. We're live on Shopify as an example. We've integrated with Magento. We're now going live on Salesforce Commerce Cloud. So all these commerce clouds, if you have a retail platform on it, you can just simply drag and drop the bot, and now we have a bot working, and it's connected to all the backend already. So the beauty of that is it also leverages Search AI, which is it talks to the documents. It picks up all the documents that are there and reads all the documents, creates the breadcrumbs of it, and then it creates the answers based on the questions you're asking. So I'll show some of the experiences. One example that you always struggle in an e-commerce site is if you go and type, I want to buy a red Jordan size 10. You will get some red, some Jordans, some size 10. They don't give you the answer. Just show me the damn shoe that I'm looking for. What reds are there in Jordan, right? So that is the problem that we're trying to solve when it comes to search. And the reason for that is it's keyword-based search. That is how the current search engines work. And they optimize that thing so that as they get more and more data, it gets better and better. Whereas as you move towards the generative AI, the whole search experience is getting better, where it's no longer providing results, it's giving answers. Here is the question that you're asking for. But I may have a question about what is the warranty of that same thing. Today, I have to go click for the product, what is the return policy, click a document, what materials is made of. It does not give me every answer I need to make the shopping purchase. So by ingesting all these documents, I'm able to provide all those answers within the same bot experience. Then you have contact center AI. So some of these high ticket items, let's say you're selling jewelry. We have a customer that's a premium jewelry. I don't want to wait bot to do that because it's a high ticket item. And I want my employees jump in, almost like as you go to a retail store, somebody taps your shoulder. Similarly, you can create the same experience online, where we can have a proactive web chat that allows you to know somebody has come to your web, and now you can tap in and join the discussion they're having with the bot. So this is where the contact center is critical from a pre-sales perspective, where live chat agents are there to help consumers to get their answers. Any answers that the bot can't answer, they can be there and they can close the deal. So which is how to improve the conversion rates. That is why having a contact center solution is very critical from a pre-sale perspective, not the post-sale. As you automate your contact centers today, those employees don't need to be let go. Now they can focus on creating that as a revenue center. It's no longer a cost center, it's a revenue center now, because now they're working on the pre-sale side of it. As consumers come, you start selling more stuff rather than supporting them with the order status. Is there a question? Okay. The next one is contact center agents, which is, okay, how I enable the contact center. Now the call came to the contact center. How do I enable them? Which is obviously they have the same bot that employees have, but they don't have access restriction to a consumer. In the consumer world, you have a login. They can only give you your order status. As it goes to the contact center agent, they can look at all the orders, not just them. So they can find out any information that they need, and all of that's available to them. Then you have Agent AI. The consumers may have a question about a product. Hey, does this particular product require some kind of water connection? If you're buying a refrigerator, what kind of water connection do I need? What is the size of the pipe I need to have? Is it a 1/4 of an inch? Is it a 1/2 an inch? So these questions you have, and you need to ask an agent. So they may actually call, and by agent doesn't know the answer because they're selling 10,000 SKUs. There's no way they can be trained on all the products. So the way we do it is the agent AI will go and look for that information for that specific product and specific SKU, go into the product specs and look what kind of water connection does it need. So now all of a sudden, agents know everything about the product. So that is the power of agent AI from a contact center perspective. So then contact center AI, obviously you want to automate as many calls you want, like order status, the basic repetitive use cases that people call all the time, you can automate those things with the contact center AI. Then the last one is employees. So the brick and mortar has not gone. You have seen, like omni-channel and brick and mortar, those employees, there are still people that will not use technology. They'll go and tap a shoulder. There are many use cases in retail. Like example, paint. If you want to order a paint, obviously it's not a self-service. You need to talk to an employee because they need to mix the paint for you. Or it's a bakery. They need to take an order because it's a use case of a bakery. So these use cases still require employees to help consumers. So enabling employees is very important in retail industry, whether they're carrying a device or a smartphone or a walkie-talkie, enable the same assistant on those things so that employee can push a button and ask a question. So as consumer asks me a question, they tap my shoulder and ask, hey, what's the warranty on a Trex decking? I don't know the answer, so I can push a button, ask the question. Then it may ask me product number, SKU number. If I have those things, I can answer those things and get the answer of the consumer. So this is why enabling employees is critically important. So that way they can answer their questions that consumers are asking them. So end of the day, you're enabling your consumers to enabling your employees to enable the consumers. So that's kind of the story of where we're looking at retail in general from a 360 perspective that enables the online stores from an e-commerce perspective, the one that we saw, which is the brick-and-mortar stores with the employee solution, and then the last one, which is omni-channel that connects all the dots. So that's the kind of the story that we're trying to take the message into. Okay, so we kind of looked at it. Okay, now use case-wise, function-wise. If you look at this, you can see from marketing, digital, because these are the people that look for chatbot. I want to put a chatbot, digital teams want to put a chatbot on it. So you want to work with marketing and digital bot, because the reason why marketing needs to be involved is it's omni-channel anymore. You can now, people are not buying anymore. The next generation of people, especially Gen Zs, they're not buying in traditional routes. They don't come to your website. They go to TikTok, they go to Snapchat, they talk to people and they find out information and they want to buy there. So enabling the experiences in those channels is critically important. That is why marketing needs to be involved. So because of core strength of enabling all the channels, so I'm taking the same bot I'm building, extending on all those channels. So that is the value we bring. For example, WhatsApp has a commerce right now. So they're trying to create WhatsApp stores where people can scan and I can actually buy using WhatsApp store or Apple Business Chat or a Google Business Chat. So these are all the channels that marketing needs to know. It's no longer just maintaining a website and getting customers to the website, but it's also creating those channels and bringing customers, the younger generations that are coming up that are looking to buy products into those channels. Then the digital teams, obviously, they're looking at chatbots. They want to manage those things from an asset perspective. Then agents, primarily from a pre-sale perspective, not the post-sale perspective. So you're enabling agents on the pre-sale. So you're converting deals like high-ticket items we talked about. HR and IT use cases as we go towards the employees, both on the e-commerce side as well as on the omni-channel. Then the consumer is in the center. As you go to this side, now you're kind of getting into brick-and-mortar stores. As people have stores, obviously, they have telephone calls coming. How do we automate those things? Because nobody picks up phone calls today. You call any retail store, big ones, there's no one picking up. So that is an opportunity where we're automating those calls. It's a lost opportunity of not listening to a customer. So how do we get those calls automated, answered, and then you have somebody following back to them, hey, did you get what you need? And this is where retailers are investing a lot of money into automating these things and finding out how to automate those things and help the customers better. And the last one is APLP, which is, I'm sure if you're in retail, you would know, asset protection is a problem. Shrinkage is a big problem. NRF talks about it every day, where billions of dollars of assets are being lost, and they don't know what to do. If you find somebody stealing something, employees, what they should do? Can they take action? Can they not take action? They don't know what to ask. So we are enabling all of these documentation accessible in their ear or their smartphone where they can ask a question, what should I do if this happens? So you're enabling those use cases for those teams and connecting alerts back to them so that somebody sees something, a ticket is created, so that if there is an insurance claim for that, they can go file for it, or there is an action that needs to take in, the APLP teams can take an action on those things. Then the last one is associate themselves, right? Employee engagement, they have team huddles every day. They can talk to each other. The manager can talk to them, decide what they're doing for the day. The message of the day, there are multiple features that retailers use in a brick and mortar. So that is the last use case we're enabling. So these are kind of the use cases we're enabling across retail. And we have these available in the demo pod. If you want to look at it, just go play with it. You can actually make a live call to a store. You can see how that automation is happening. You can call a store and find an order status. It doesn't matter which store it is. It'll go look for the information and get the answers. So it kind of gives you the breakdown of what use case is going where. But the key point from this side is this pre-integrated with PIM. PIM is like product information database, so which has all the catalogs that you have, all the images of the products you have. So all of these things require you to go and learn first and then provide answers. But what we're doing with automation is we're ingesting all of those documents into a search AI and be able to provide answers. So you don't need to look at the documents anymore. So then you have pre-trained, for example, we have product databases. So the bigger problem in retail is NLP. I'm sure if you're in NLP, training on every product name is going to be impossible because there's so many SKUs, so much data, it's impossible for anyone to do. So we're creating these LLMs that actually help you enable, teach the model, and give you the tools to train your products, both from an ASR perspective as well as from a LLM perspective. Whether you do LLM or NLP, it depends on how you deploy it. Then we also have a RAG implementation we have done where you can do metadata-based search, so like metadata, whatever is in the document, you can do a search of that and provide answers. Security, obviously PCI compliance. So the big one is people say, I want to buy it now. So we're PCI compliant, so that way you can actually add a payment into it. It talks to your payment gateway, and we can take payments as well. So language is another one, because obviously you want to serve people in different languages. So everything that the platform supports, we can actually enable those languages here. Oh, the last one, sorry. We also integrate with Narwar. Narwar is a tool that actually people use for shipping. So if you have return labels that needs to be printed out, you can literally print out within the same interface, and consumer can print out and stick it on it when they want to process a return, so that you don't need to involve your customer support people and automate all of those things from end to end. Not just the commerce, but it also goes to TMS. We call it transportation management systems. So those allow you to, there's a few more that we're adding to it. And the other one I didn't talk about is the CDP. So I can actually hyper-personalize when somebody comes to a website, when they log in, I can give all their old purchases they made and ask them a question. Hey, I see you bought a product. How is it going? Do you want to provide a review on it, or do you like it, don't like it? So you can use all of that to collect more data so that you can try to find upsell opportunities. And when they see recommendations to buy, all your recommendation is now personalized because you know what they bought. If they bought a refrigerator in the past, try to sell them a refrigerator, a water filter as an example. Or if they bought a TV, try to upsell them a sound bar as an example. So, and that's what we do. Yes?
CDP you mentioned, yes?
Yes.
Customer data platform.
That is correct.
Like Twilio segment?
Twilio segment is one. We have mParticle is another one. Treasure Data is another one. Adobe is another one. Audience Manager. Yes, segment is another one. That is correct. So then I think we talked about always on digital associate, product search. I'll play a video. Most of you have seen this one, so if you have any questions, ask me questions rather than going through the video. But this kind of gives you what a shopping assistant does from a pre-sale perspective. So what you're seeing cannot be in a web, it can be a WhatsApp too. When you're on a WhatsApp channel, you have nothing there. So you can just simply say, this is what I'm looking for. Then it will provide an answer. So these conversational interfaces are critical. It doesn't have to be just in this interface. So this is the example I was talking about, this red Nike. So it's kind of a co-pilot. As you see this, it's not just a chatbot, but it's walking you through the journey so that it's navigating until you close the deal. So that's an example of a pre-sale bot until a deal is closed. Now the bot continues the journey. The next time you come back, it knows what you bought. It continues the journey so that you can support the customer. Now it moves into post-sale support. Do you need any help with installation? Do you need anything? So you can start upselling other things if the customer is interested in it. Or you can also provide more support information on how to use, how to deploy, how to better consume your product. So you can actually provide them into post-sale support. So the next one we're talking about is brick and mortar, the employee use cases we talked about. How can employees use this tool to perform their duties on a daily basis? So yeah, we're certified on Zebra devices, which is obviously a bigger brand in retail stores. Employees carry these devices to scan as a point of sale. So this can also run on a walkie-talkie or a smartphone, any app. It's just like Android app or an iOS app. So if a customer comes and taps, say, where are the backpacks? Typically, this is what they get. Or where is some product in the store? Obviously, the bigger ones they find it, smaller ones they can't. And it also does their day-to-day life, which is like how much PTO do I have? Can I clock in, clock out, take a break? They can do all of those things using the same tool. Now you're getting into kind of a IT admin support. Some printer is not working, point sale not working, something is not working. So the employees can ask a question and troubleshoot themselves. So that instead of waiting for IT to come down do something, they can take an action on things like that. Yeah, the cool thing here is it's almost like a push-to-talk service, right? It's no longer like a chatbot. All you're doing is you're pushing a button and talking to it. So that is the experience you get. This is no longer chatbot layer. You're typing into it. Just take your button because they all vary this headset. They push a button on the headset. Now I'm not even opening my device. So the beauty here is it knows who you are, and you don't need to even unlock the device. It's in your pocket. All you need to do is push a button, ask a question. I need to take a day off, clock me in, clock me out. So that works in the background. Our software works in the device, in the background. You don't need to wake up the device. Typically, if you want to do something with a smartphone or Siri, you have to wake it up and look at what's happening or push a button. So what we have done is we've tightly integrated our software with these devices, not only this, but also walkie-talkies. So that allows us to enable these operations on the front line. So we also partnered with Advanced Wireless. So they're a walkie-talkie vendor. So they also put our software in that. So you can use a walkie-talkie to get these kind of use cases. So the next one I'll enable you is obviously what happens when the contact center gets the call, which is about the third use case we talked about. How do we automate those calls? Can you see in the back what's going on here? Okay. This is quite common because people buy something, they think they can pick it up, but all of a sudden they decided, I'm going to pick up in the store because it's faster. Whatever the need may be. Your kid's birthday gift is delayed, you'll just go pick up in the store. You can always change those things. So in this case, it requires somebody to facilitate an action because the store should have a stock. They have to make a phone call. They have to find out do they have that product in store. So in these cases, you have to contact an agent. So now you'll see the message that was sent on the chat is automatically coming. All of a sudden, probably the customer did not log in. So you will see anonymous. As they log in with the CDP, where they see it's talking to the CDP, it pulls all the customer data and you know who it is. You can see all their past history. You don't need to ask them, what is your order number? I know the order number because they placed an order. I can see their status. So that is the value of connecting back to the CDPs. In this case, they probably did not log in, so we're asking order number. So once the order number comes in, then the AI is doing the work. I don't need to leave the screen. I'm in my screen. I'm just asking it to do the work. It's going and clicking, and then once they click and run, it'll go and check your systems of record, whether it's order management or your commerce cloud, depending on how you have set up. It'll get the answer back to you, and then all you need to do is just click and send the answer. and it also has empathy, sentiment analysis, all of that added to it based on the sentiment. So that is the value that we're providing to kind of transform the experience across shopping experience online for digital teams, enabling employees in stores for store operations. And the last one is from a contact center perspective. How do you transform the contact center to reduce the amount of calls they get? So that's kind of the complete life cycle of customer support. And these are some more use cases that we added. I just wanted to kind of quickly give a glimpse of the use cases. It's so deep, I didn't want to cover everything that we have, but you can see the depth of every function you have and every use case that we support. You can see in product information, price check, a simple product search. Like we found something, but they don't have the product in stock. What is an alternative to it? So people ask these questions, and you don't know every answer in retail store. You're typically looking for an expert. Rather, every employee is an expert with AI behind them. So that's basically, yes.
Why is that relevant just for the brick and mortar? I think it can be for any.
For anybody, it could be anybody. Because it's most often used in brick and mortar because they don't have mobile apps. Because the younger generation people, they don't want to talk to people. If there is a digital interface, they will go find themselves. So companies in retail, especially Home Depot, if you go to their app, they'll give you complete navigations of why to product. You don't need to talk to anyone. So, but for brick and mortar, there is no app because they are not trying to drive digital business. They're trying to bring consumers into the store. So then when they come to the store, they don't know where to find. So that is why we're enabling for brick and mortar. But it is applicable for omni-channel too. So the last one, it's the interesting one that everyone talked about. Most of you heard Gail. Hey, what is Gail going to bring, right? So we have a customer that actually is working with us. And the goal here is improving conversion rates. This is something that everybody in your digital teams would love to talk to Kore. And it's a great tool for you to automate and increase your conversion rates. I'm going to play the video, then we can, I'll walk you through while the video goes through. So here what we did was, customer asked us, how can you help us automate our website management? Holiday comes, somebody in the marketing has to write the banners, create the content, a theme, discount, sales, promotions, bundles. So currently what you're seeing here, maybe I'll pause somewhere here. I wish I can pause. Oh, it's not allowing me to pause for some reason. So what's happening here is, you saw the current website. What we're doing is AI generated a page completely, right? And all it's doing is it's looking at the documents you have, the source documents from PM, and as you create the SKU of this product, it's generating content. And this is used during the design time, not during the runtime, so that you can design your website using generative AI and your documents. You're not just making shit up, but it's reading your documents, and from your documents, it's coming up with the content that's relevant to that holiday. For example, I have to write this content for Thanksgiving. So marketing team has to go and write the content for Thanksgiving. But tomorrow, Thanksgiving is over, now the Christmas comes. They have to go back and rewrite the content for that. So what we're doing is, all you need to do is set the theme, holiday is so-and-so, it'll go and rewrite it. Memorial Day sale is coming. They have to rewrite the content, create content. So all of that's automated, where you can see how people can see. And as well as what we see here is, we're also not just doing product information, but also review management. Consumers talked about your product elsewhere in various websites. We're collating all of the data and talk about what are people talking about, good about this product, bad about this product. We'll show both of them, so that consumers are aware what people are talking about the product from a review management perspective. And we will also show them what is the upsell, cross-sell, what is recommended. All of the data is coming from generative AI, because in the past, predictive was the way to do it. Now generative AI is smart enough. If you are buying a TV, what are the upsells I can do? What are the cross-sells I can do? It will give you all of that, because he has all the data about everything that everyone is doing in the e-commerce business. So that enables you to do a lot of this automation. And what we are offering is this API. So you can see here a New Year promotion here as an example. So somebody is writing, oh, I think we lost it. Is there a way I can play this thing again? Oh, I don't know if I can play this back again, but you could see from there. Yeah. As you go to this, you can see how we're adding, this is I think soundbar, yeah, here. You can see the New Year as a tag there as a promotion. So it's rewriting the content for New Year. So you can, whatever the tag you want to rewrite, you can go and write the theme. It goes and writes the content. It goes and does the reviews. Reviews can be done once a month. It'll go and scrape all the reviews, public reviews, comes back and update the website. So you don't need to manually do it, but whenever you're doing website updates, it actually collates all of that and automates the design time, and the website content management is simplified. So today we're doing it for text. As images, the conflict of this IP gets resolved, so we can actually add images also. So now you don't need to waste time creating images for banners, holiday banners, right? So you see all these holiday banners. That's going to be also generated using the images.
This is for the LG. Actually, the client is the LG.
That is correct. So that's what we're doing to kind of improve the conversion rates. And we're putting all the knowledge that we're learning. And it also has a chatbot inside it. I don't know if you have seen it. People don't want to have a chatbot anymore. They want to have answers to the questions. Hey, I'm here to ask a question. And people provide all kinds of documentation for support. I just have a question, type the question there, and it knows which product you're talking about. It'll answer anything about that product, which is why we call it Ask Me Anything widget. That is part of each page of the product. So it can answer anything, and it can convert back to agents if you need to, so that agents can come in and answer the questions on the product. So these are the things we're doing in retail. So any other questions anyone have? I think we're almost there to the end. So some of the customers that we have onboarded so far, Belcorp is a customer. They're a Latin America-based cosmetic company. So they offer this solution. They have like entrepreneurs using an MLM channel where women actually go from home to home. They actually sell cosmetics. So that is the business they're in. They're in 13 countries. There's about $3-4 billion in revenue. They're actually using us. They're seeing containment rate of 75% of anyone asking any question within the WhatsApp channel. They use WhatsApp very big. So I can go to WhatsApp channel and you have a bot there. You can ask a question within the bot. It's helping the affiliate get all the answers.
What kind of company is this one?
This is a cosmetics.
Like a Avon.
Yeah, this is like, think of them as Estee Lauder. It's Latin America based.
Direct
It's MLM. It's MLM. So at a high level, I think I'll just sum it up. You've seen the capabilities. It's all three functions we talked about: digital, employees, customer support. All three functions are getting automated, and the benefits is it's ease of use, easy to deploy, easy to manage. As you see the Gale solution that we just built, now entire content management can also be simplified so that it's much easier to run retail business. So these are the integrations we have done so far, and we're more in action. So Salesforce Commerce Cloud is going to come soon. So with that, thank you. Thanks a lot for coming. And if you are more interested, please drop by to the booth to see the demo of the product so you can experience the whole thing. Thank you.